A question like this makes it so obvious why their strategy of predicting the rule can be helpful. When I look at these answer choices, I know that they're about verbs, right? It seems similar to some other questions we've seen in this section, but it's an entirely different verb rule. This is what is known as verb agreement. It is similar to the pronoun agreement rule we talked about in question 17. Basically, we have to think about singular and plural verbs. Now, the rule is that singular verbs end in S. Plural verbs do not. So it's kind of backwards from what we expect for plurals and singulars on nouns. But if we go by that rule, we can start to already classify these choices before we've even looked at the sentence. Are is a plural verb. Have is a plural verb. Ensure, no S, is a plural verb. Ensures, ends in S, is singular. And the reason it's so helpful to predict the rule with verb agreement questions is we've already kind of predicted the answer. We think it's going to be D because generally speaking, this rule is very consistent. There are going to be 3 of one type and 1 of the other type, and it's the one other one that is usually the answer. So already, I am pretty sure D is going to be the answer. But now when I go to the sentence, I am looking for a singular subject that agrees with that verb. So what are we talking about here? Using one of these non-copyrighted songs ensures a creator won't lose advertising revenue. So yes, it is singular. Now you might be thinking, wait a minute, how is that possible? Why is it singular? Songs is plural. That's the trap, and that's why it's so important to predict the rule when you're dealing with this particular rule, is because we knew what that answer was going to be, we weren't getting bogged down in the potential traps in the sentence. There's lots of nouns in the sentence. In fact, usually the SAT sets up these questions so that there is a noun right next to the blank that they're going to tempt you with. But I'm not tempted by it because I know the rule. In fact, the actual subject here is using, which seems so strange because that doesn't seem like a subject. It doesn't seem like a noun at all. But it is. It is an act. It's an action, but it is one that has become a noun. So using one of these non-copyrighted songs ensures a creator won't lose advertising revenue. So think about it backwards almost. What ensures that the creator won't lose advertising revenue? Not the songs. Using the songs ensures that they're going to get the revenue. So it's a tricky thing. This has to do with prepositional phrases and the idea of a gerund, the ing version of a noun. But none of that really matters to me. Because again, if I just predicted the rule correctly, I kind of knew it was going to be D from the start. And maybe I would have been tempted by the other answer choices if I had just dived right into the sentence. But because I know the game of the SAT, especially with this particular rule, this particular type of question, I know how to win. And I think that that's a big part that people neglect in their test prep. And if you use only like the College Board or Khan Academy resources, the ones that just tell you all the facts, you're going to miss out on that game of the test. And that is hopefully what I have been providing through my explanation. So this is a clear case where a lot of people are going to get a question wrong that everyone should be getting right because they're not playing the game correctly.